You want to know what's hot this summer? Then put down the remote control. We've got Nintendo Power Pod, virtual reality, and little fighting robots. They're so cute. I'm Phil in Toronto.
Hey guys, what's up? Neil from Pop Cultured with Silver Screen Sheen and team, and I'm here at Kitchener Comic Con 2018 with a very special guest, Mr. Phil Guerrero. You may remember him from YTV. He was one of the original PJs on YTV. If you were a kid in the 90s, in Canada especially, you got to remember PJ Phil. Come on.
If you're in your 30s, look at this face. I stand with you.
Thank you. It's always good to have strong allies, PJs as allies. But no, you're a former PJ. That's the old job. But that's going to lead us to our first question. What was it like?
What were you thinking?
What was it like being a PJ, being on TV all the time? You know, what was the experience working for Chorus for YTV?
Gosh, it's hard. Like I just did it. I don't think I was working there. What's this like? It was neat. I mean, gosh, I was on television, and there were only 30 channels, and we were channel 25. I remember thinking, oh my gosh, like, people even know there's a channel 25?
Yeah,
that's
really.
what it was like, and it was pretty wild. When I first started, it was live. There wasn't much script. Actually, even in the end, there wasn't much scripting, and but they don't do that kind of television anymore.
No, it doesn't seem that way. I was going to actually just answer my next question. I was going to ask if it was all ad-libbed, you know,
Totally
the
ad-libbed.
zone and everything, or was there an actual script for the zone or anything?
There are many times where it'd be, say, a 3-minute segment, and we'd be in a hard countdown, like from 10, and it'd be like 7, 6, and I'd say to Snit, the puppeteer or whatever, I'd be like, hey, what do you want to talk about? All right, we're back. Hey, I saw a movie last night. Do you watch movies? You know, we would just talk, we would just rap. But it was easy because it was just really me, a camera person, and my co-host and like the director in my ear. Like, it was just a room. It wasn't, 100,000 people watching, which would be a good day.
Cool.
Yeah, so it was great. It was an easy job. It was a great job. I had a great time. That's why I feel guilty when people say, oh, you know, I grew up watching you and you shaped my childhood. Like, I was just having a good time on this really easy job. So I feel a lot of guilt when I hear that. But yeah, it was great. I mean, gosh, I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
You know what that's like.
Yes, long time
The
ago.
whole world ahead of you.
Ages ago. Yeah, well, it was the early 90s, you know, the analog days, the early days of YTV. It must have been very exciting.
Why do you think there's so much nostalgia for this stuff? Like, coming from my end. I'm a bit old
it was
school.
good.
Like, I'm not super online and, like Cary Grant. I'm like, why did you guys like it?
That's right. What does it mean to you?
Yeah, what does it mean
that's
to
what's
you?
important.
Well, I was
Yeah,
there
exactly.
for you every day.
Yes.
That I
that's right.
realized.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
between breaks and
You could
commercial.
count on me being there.
Yeah, that's right.
Huh. I'm dependable.
Totally. And another show, of course, we got to mention that was also on YTV was the Anti-Gravity Room.
That was a great show.
Man, it was a great show about comic books.
Ahead of its time.
Yeah.
There were no shows on comic books back then.
Exactly. There was nothing to do with comic books. And that's why I tuned in. I was like, wow, finally someone has a show about comic books.
And it was
They
a
can talk about
cool
the latest
show.
releases. Yeah.
And it treated you guys like adults. It wasn't a kiddie show.
No.
You know, we did funny parodies that, like, anyways, yeah, there'd be very mature themes.
Yeah, it was fun too. I mean, it had its silly side to it, but it was also cool
It was
because
silly.
you took comics very seriously too at the same time, and had a lot of
Yeah,
respect
yeah.
for the medium. So, yeah.
Yeah, our researchers were fantastic and funny, good stories, indie comic writers, and, I made a lot of friends. Like, I got to hang out with those guys, which was really cool.
Yeah, cool interviews. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
some of them are like huge deals now, like Joe Quesada.
Oh, right.
He
yeah.
runs Marvel now.
Oh, yeah.
That guy, I remember Bill Tucci, who did a comic book called She, when I was in New York. He was like, yeah, come hang out. And he drove over in his motorcycle, and I sat on the back. So, and we hung out with the guys like Joe Quesada and Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor, all these artists, and just hanging out. And I was just like friends with these guys. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
It
sweet.
was really cool. And they give me comics.
Oh, geez.
Jim Lee
Nice.
gave me
Cherry
like
on
all the
top.
original Gen 13
really?
cover number ones, and
Oh, wow.
like, here, dude, like it was super lucky. It was an easy,
Yeah.
great job.
I'm sure he
for
knew you were, a big comic fan and a big enthusiast towards
Yeah.
it. So that's great. Wow. Jim
Yeah,
Lee,
yeah.
Joe
I
Quesada.
mean, I'm in my 20s doing, hanging out with, dealing with comics and toys, and, and people do that now. I see, like they're like, I remember thinking, oh, I can afford these things now, and I'd buy a slot car track and a BMX bike. Like I was like, oh, and I think people are doing that now. I did it way back when, only because I could. But yeah, I got back into toys. Like when I did this when I was a long time ago, back in the 90s. Yeah, video games. And it was awesome. It was awesome. Life is still like that.
It's a very cool show. I don't know if you can still watch it on YouTube or find it somewhere.
You'll find full episodes on YouTube. We had great writers. This guy, Ryan Lee, was a fantastic writer, great sense of humor. And the producer, Chris Greaves, was fantastic. He was like a great, great guy to work for. He lets you go do your own thing. If you said, like, I think it should go this way, he's like, okay, go ahead. You know? And that's what made that show. And it was also a co-pro with USA Network and Sci-Fi Channel, so it was out in the States too.
Oh, good.
It was a big deal. It was a great show, and people miss it.
Some good exposure there, right?
Yeah, way before Kevin Smith's.
Right, the comic book man.
Heart Attack Alley.
I call that haggling the show.
Heart Attack Alley. Sponsored by KFC. We moved around, man. We didn't just sit around.
Yeah, just sit in the shop making jokes and haggling over prices of merchandise. But Anti-Gravity Room was much more interesting. You know, it really educated people about the comics and the people behind them. So
yeah, it was a highly educated show. Yeah. It was done on a really intelligent level. And I think that generation, you guys, just appreciated, you know, not being babied. And I wasn't like that. I talked to you guys like you were just in the room with me. I talk about getting a speeding ticket. You know, who talks to kids about that? I got a speeding ticket. If you want to take it to court on your own, this is what you do. You know, that kind of thing.
All right, cool. Well, we're about to wrap it up as the cleaning lady just came in to clean. So we're going to wrap it
No
up.
respect for good television.
Yeah, this is a closed set.
Programming.
No, that's all good. But anything you want to promote as well? Anything you want to promote that's going on these days, or let people know where to go other than YouTube? After this video, type in Anti-Gravity Room and check out some episodes. But other than that, anything else you want to promote or put out there?
I'm thinking of fixing and refurbishing a 50s vacuum.
Oh.
I hate that. I got this coming up and this
Millions
coming
of
up.
views.
I mean, I have stuff coming up, but who cares?
All right.
Care about me.
We do.
Get out there.
Phil.
Enjoy
We
your
care.
life. Who cares what I'm doing? No, I'm seriously looking at refinishing an old vacuum.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a weirdo.
Fun
now.
hobby.
But right now I do a web series on online called sessionsx.com. They have a web series I did on there. And yeah, getting a bit into the e-gaming.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but on a kind of behind the scenes level. I just want to be behind the scenes and make money, you know.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know.
Right on. Well, thanks so much for tuning in to this quick video, this interview with the awesome Phil Guerrero.
This guy's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He's a big fan. We're both big fans of each other. Come on.
I'm short and quick.
Yeah, just like this video. Absolutely. Well, thanks again, guys, for watching here at the Kitchener Comic Con 2018. I'm Neil, Temple of Doom from Pop Cultured with Silver Screen Sheen and team. Check us out Saturdays at 5 at cjvk.com on iHeartRadio. All right, guys. Until next time, I'm here with my boy Phil. Peace.